What's up guys, Andrew from Some Guy with Tools here. Today we're taking a look at the Milwaukee M18 FUEL 2732-20. This is their newest 7 1/4 inch circular saw. It's not a brand new saw, but it is new here to my channel. This is the first time I've gotten my hands on it, and so we're going to get it opened up, take a look, and then talk about some upcoming testing, head-to-head testing that we're going to do with this saw. Let's get it open. Alright guys, here it is. This is the 2732-20. Milwaukee M18 FUEL 7 1/4 inch circular saw. So it does include a blade. It includes a replaceable dust attachment port. This is what comes on it, your standard side chute, but I went ahead and swapped it out. I will use it with the dust port, but it does include both options. A few things to point out. As usual with Milwaukee saws, it comes with the large rafter hook. It opens away from the blade, so it's nice and easy to throw it over your rafter. The trigger safety is the nice, easy, dual-sided downward depressing button. So nice, easy motion with your thumb to push down as you're grabbing the trigger. Your arbor tool for changing the blade is right here, your standard hex key, and the arbor lock is in the normal place right between the blade and the handle. On the back side opposite of the blade and the handle is your depth adjustment right here. With the depth adjustment, if you look inside of the handle, you see a red arrow here on the shoe side of the scale that slides to match the marks that are on the blade side, on the guard side. So that will set your depth. Nice solid base. You've got your removable and in theory replaceable ruler slash blade line marker for 0 and 45 degrees. You've got the notches in the shoe as well as the bevel adjustment. You've got a nice, easy to read scale with a sliding arrow pointing directly to what bevel you're setting at. One thing I do notice that I dislike about this is it does not have any detents to catch you even at 45 or 22.5 like some other manufacturers do include. So it's a smooth through bevel adjustment. No big deal, but my personal preference is to have the detents in there. Let's grab the previous version, the non-FUEL version, and let's take a look at them side by side. And this is the previous model, the 2631-20. It is brushless, but it's not the FUEL. So you can see a little bit of a size difference. Most of it is in appearance because of the 8 amp hour versus the 5 amp hour. The saw is a little bit taller. The motor housing is a little bit bigger. Let's turn these around. You can see on the FUEL, on the 2732, the motor housing is a little bit bigger. Overall, the standard features are pretty similar though. You've got the same style rafter hook. They went chrome instead of black. I think the black actually kind of fits the color scheme a little better, but you know, that doesn't matter. Same style trigger lock that we're all familiar with on the Milwaukee saws. Identical placement of the blade tool. Identical placement of the arbor lock here on the inside. A lot of things are similar, but one of the biggest differences obviously is the FUEL power state brushless motor on this one and the base material, the shoe material. I don't want to misspeak, but I believe this is a magnesium base. I'm sure someone in the comments can correct me and let me know that I'm wrong, but I believe that's a magnesium base compared to the previous model's aluminum. Overall, just because of the motor, the FUEL is a little bit heavier, but what you trade for a little, maybe a half a pound worth of weight, you're going to pick up in performance. So speaking of performance, Milwaukee states that this saw generates 15 amp saw corded power and is 25% faster than a 15 amp corded saw. With a 12.0 battery, this saw the 2732 can make 750 cuts through a 2x4 in one charge. We'll of course be putting that to the test. I don't think I'm going to sit there and cut 750 2x4 cross cuts, but we'll see what we can make happen. Okay guys, so one thing I mentioned at the beginning of the video is that we were going to talk a little bit about upcoming head-to-head testing of this saw, the 2732. So, in my last series of head-to-head testing of circular saws, I got a lot of feedback both here and over on Instagram. Honestly, a lot of negative feedback, complaints being that I wasn't using the latest model of Milwaukee saw. I used that previous model, the 2631. Well, now we've got the newest version available from Milwaukee. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick this guy right into the heat of it, and we're going to see what it can do against the best of two other saws that I've got. So we're going to take this 2732-20, the Fuel M18, and put it right up against the DeWalt FlexVolt DCS 578 and the Metabo HPT C3607DA, the 36-volt multi-volt saw. So, which saw do you think is going to win? Which one's going to come out on top? Do you think now with the newest version of Milwaukee that it can dethrone the DeWalt FlexVolt Advantage saw or the FlexVolt, and can it outshine the Metabo HPT, which was a close second in the previous round against the DeWalt FlexVolt Advantage? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure someone's got an opinion. If there's a saw that's missing that you think could beat out all three of these, let me know. I'll see what I can do about getting it included as well. I appreciate you checking out the video. This has been a quick little look at the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 2732-20 brushless 7 1/4 inch circular saw. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it, what you think about the saw, what I should put it up against, what you think it could outpower or outperform. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. That none of them go unnoticed, and I appreciate every single one of them. It helps us continue to make these kinds of videos, putting things to the test and comparing them against other manufacturers. I say us as if it's some big conglomeration, but it's just me. But it makes me feel good, you know. Us. Yeah, cool.